I'm going to ask you the question that I ask all investors. But in your case, because you're looking at such a wide breadth of companies, this might have 3 or 4 answers. But the question is, what is the one thing that the founder must have before they get in touch with you? Without that, don't even bother. You're going to get screened out.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is different. For me personally, and this is where your investment thesis comes into place. So with me, because also my background is being like on the sales side, is really having a good strategy. For that go-to-market strategy. And so that's one thing I really look at is, first and foremost, I look at, do I have belief that the CEO can build a company? So it's not only about, is the CEO smart, does he have experience or she have experience in the industry? Because that's always important. But can they build a team, meaning can they surround themselves with other people and actually build a company, and also pivot if they need to pivot, right? So if you can, you never know what's going to come your way. COVID, no one kind of anticipated COVID, and the best CEOs and the best companies were those that were able to pivot, whatever that challenge were. They were able to see, what can we do, and where can we pivot, and where can we grow, and how can we do that? What opportunities can we take advantage of? So being able to, with the CEO, being able to do that with their team, that's very important. But once they've got that, then the question becomes, you've got a great product, you found a problem, you have a solution, but where do you go with it? Because if you have a great solution and it could be applied to anyone, what's the roadmap to get to people? So you have to have a very clear and detailed roadmap of how you're going to go to market and which group of people you're going to sell to, and then how are you going to reach those people, and really a specific plan, because if that's not in place, it's going to be very challenging.
Absolutely. Just saying that we're going to run a bunch of Facebook ads and we're going to get sales is not enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you see it a lot of times, like in the market, like this market is huge. Like it's like $40 billion and we're going to get 5% of it. Well, that's good to say. And that's, a general number, but how specifically are you going to get there, and where's that number coming from? So being able to kind of build that number from the ground up with a very specific plan. Yeah,
absolutely. What people forget about TAM is that it's not just one-way calculation, top to bottom. It's also bottom to top, and you have to understand that.
Your serviceable market that you are able to reach, and really have a good plan in place to be able to be relevant and competitive within that market that you choose.
Exactly. One of the funniest things I ever heard was, friend of a friend of a friend was starting a restaurant, and we asked him, what's your TAM? And he said, the entire world, because everybody needs to eat. Well, for your restaurant, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on. Any final thoughts to leave us with?
No,
it's been a fantastic conversation.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. And just exciting to see, what product you've built as well, because I think it really gives another avenue for companies and startups to really connect to investors. And I think that's great. I think anything that the ecosystem can do to make it easier and facilitate companies growing and finding those connections to investors and to really good strategic partners is invaluable.
Absolutely. And that's why we're here, right? We want to serve the founders. We want to help them, people who are making the difference, coming up with those innovations. We want to support them so they can actually bring them to market. Laurie, thank you again. I really appreciate you. Let's stay in touch. And thank you again for coming on today.
Very good. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.